Hawaii Rail and Honolulu Real Estate, fares, funding, and future development. Today's topics on the Hawaii Real Estate Roundup. Hey, what's going on? It's Hal Wilkerson with Hawaii Property Advisors coming to you live from the Lone Depot studio right here on Ala Moana Boulevard in downtown Honolulu. I'm super stoked to be working with these guys. I've talked a little bit about them in some of our social media here in the last few weeks, but we're really upping our game here with Hawaii Property Advisors, and teaming up with someone like Lone Depot has been amazing because they've really got an amazing approach to not only lending but also just bringing technology and everything that current consumers in 2023 need when it comes to financing your home purchase and executing on a home. And so I'm super excited to be in this new space and have all this new fancy equipment. But so it's a little bit of a different game, a little bit of a different look today. Hopefully, it's looking a little bit better than my office that you guys are used to seeing me come from. But I'm super excited about it. But today we're going to do our normal format that we typically follow. I'm going to start with a little bit of content up front here about something relevant, and we're going to talk about the Hawaii Rail. And if you've been following the news as it relates to Hawaii, you'll know that after 15 years or so, we finally opened the first 10 miles of the Honolulu Rail, and it's called the Skyline. I had a chance to ride on it this last week when it opened on Saturday, and it was actually a pretty interesting experience. And I'll be honest with you, whenever I first heard about it, Hawaii Rail, Honolulu Rail, coming from the islands, or coming actually, I moved here from Japan, and coming from Japan, I was so used to everything that, as it related to, just being able to easily jump on a rail and go right down to wherever we needed to go to in downtown Tokyo or wherever. And so when I heard that we were going to have one here in Hawaii, I thought, man, what an incredible opportunity, because it's really going to be an excellent addition to the community. Well, it took about 15 years to get it started, but here it is. And so today I'm going to just cover some really high level pieces, basically talk about the fares, talk about the funding sources, and then talk a little bit about the future development. So let me get my screen up here real quick. And let's see here. Not that. We want to go there. There we go. All right, cool. All right, so Hawaii Real Estate and the Hawaii Honolulu Rail, fares, funding, and future development. So first off, big picture is it's super affordable. I mean, it's really easy because you're gonna just hop down to the stations and oh boy, let's see here. Did I get my? Look at there, our first little club. All right, well, I somehow deleted that slide out, so it's not there. But long and short of it, what's the price? The price of jumping on this thing is super cheap. It's going to be $3 for an adult fare, and then they have this thing. It's a cap. It's like $7.50 for the max day. So you can ride it as many times as you want for $7.50, and in one day. They have something called a holo card. Holo is the Hawaiian word for like travel or walk or cruise. And so the card that you have to get is called a holo card. And basically, you get one of those. You have to buy the first one for like $2, I believe it is, and then your first fare is $3, and then it's a cap of $7.50. Your total amount every day is going to be, excuse me, your total amount annually is $880. And so if you wanted to buy like an annual pass for an adult, it's $880. The youth one is it's actually $1.50 for the youth, and there's a cap of like $3.25 or something like that. And then the senior rate is like $1.25, and the cap is I think $3 per day. So very affordable. But the most important thing you need to think about or understand is that the most important thing to think about essentially is that sorry, my wife just texted me a little something there real quick. So but the most important thing you need to realize is that it's just convenient. That's the bottom line, convenience. So but now let's talk about where's it going to go. So I'll just show you guys. Actually, I'll whip over here to our let me show you something here real quick. So that's actually the rail. But let me show you this is where it's going to go. So talk about the fares, talk about the funding. One of the things that's also important to know is the funding sources. And it's kind of interesting because today it only goes 10 miles. It starts out here in East Kapolei and it goes all the way to the Halava Stadium. So this purple amount, right, this purple length right here is the actual route, and it's basically 10 miles. So at $12.45 billion, it's about 1.245 billion per mile. So whenever I was riding it on Saturday, every mile I was like, that's another billion, that's another billion. So it is a little bit of an expense, but when you look at the value that it's bringing to the community, I think in the long term, hopefully it's going to be valuable. But the other piece that that I want to talk through as well is that it's really cool to see the view. And whenever I know that sounds kind of funny, but like it's something that you're as Honolulu or Oahu residents, you get an entirely different view of the community, which I think is pretty cool. You're so used to seeing it from the street level, but whenever you're elevated on that sky level, skyrise level, or skyline is what they're calling it, you're seeing a total different view of Kapolei, a different view of Ho'opili, a different view of Waipahu, Pearl Ridge, Pearl City. You're just seeing it from a different angle, and it's actually very interesting. So that's another kind of cool thing about it. But I will tell you, I'm actually tomorrow going to be using it for the first time. We've got a new listing coming up on the Big Island, and I'm heading over to the Big Island tomorrow morning. So I'm actually going to try it. I live in Kapolei, and I'm actually going to take. My wife is going to drive me to she's going to drive me to the station, and I'm going to jump onto it. I'm going to ride it all the way out to Halava to the stadium, and then I'm going to get an Uber from there to the airport, and then just see how it goes. So wish me luck. Tomorrow's my first opportunity to use it. But anyway, that's the Honolulu Rail. That's our overall our $12.4 billion community project that we've got. And it's really interesting to see. But I think the last thing what I want to talk about is the real estate impact and what kind of impacts is it going to have on the real estate market. I will tell you, as I was riding this thing on Saturday or Friday, excuse me, I rode it Friday for the first time. I was literally there within the first hour of it opening. I was thinking, there is going to be opportunity as long as this thing grows legs and as long as it becomes a real part of the Honolulu community transit. If it becomes useful, right? If it's actually something that people use, there is going to be a tremendous amount of real estate growth around the stations. And I will tell you today, we actually stopped. It was kind of funny. On our way back, we actually stopped in what I call it was Seafood City, and we stopped in Seafood City and got picked up a few things there, had a little bit of lunch. But when we jumped off of there at that station, I mean, we were basically like walking down a sidewalk, and we had to cut across like a parking lot, and it was just very like not, the word I use for Hawaiian language is like hemajang, you know what I mean? It just felt like kind of all mixed plate. We were like all over the place. And that is one of the things that I do see there's going to be some development around those stations. And eventually I feel like the city and county is going to develop the pedestrian walkways. They're going to develop those areas to make them a little more walkable. But at the end of the day, I really believe that around those stations, that real estate, you're going to see an increase in value, not only from a residential standpoint, but also from a commercial standpoint as well. And so those are kind of my thoughts on the Honolulu Rail. And, like I said, as soon as I heard about it, I was super stoked 15 years ago. So now to see it in place, live in the flesh, actually working, I'm pretty excited about it. There have been a lot of local jokes about it. There have been a lot of things in the news about it, but I really believe at the end of the day, it is an overall benefit to the community, and I'm glad it's here. So with that, if you're thinking about coming to Hawaii or Honolulu, let me know what you think about the Honolulu Rail. I'd love to get your comments and inputs and insights on the Honolulu Rail down below. And then also at this point, if you have not given us a subscription, I would appreciate it. Just go ahead and click that subscribe button, drop a like. It really helps us for the for the algorithm for YouTube, and that'll help other folks find our content as well. But without any further ado, let's get into the one that everybody loves, which is the Hawaii Real Estate Roundup. And I'm going to do our our Hawaii Real Estate Roundup. So bear with me for just a second as I get that part logged in. And then we're going to review some of the latest listings that are live today in the Honolulu market. So if you've never been, if you have never seen any of our content before, what I do at this point is I am going to show you the live on the MLS listings of everything that is today. Let's see here, STR today from for single family homes that are live today. So it's always cool because if you watch it on a regular basis, what you're going to see is, bear with me, you're going to, sorry, there we go. You're going to see the high, the median, and the low. And so for those of you that are shopping in Hawaii, or specifically Oahu, and you're looking for for property, the reason I do this is it helps me as a realtor because I can see what's on the market on a regular basis. But for you, if you're watching this content on a regular basis, you'll be able to see over time what the highs, what the medians, and what the lows are going to look like, so you can get a really good idea of what kind of things are on the market. So let's go over here to Kailua. Top of the stack today, 1.725 million, 0 days on market, brought to us by Mr. Corey Takata over at Locations Hawaii. Congratulations, Corey, on this beautiful listing. Let's take a look. So this one is it is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,700 square feet. It's got some virtual staging here on this photo. Nice cabinets. It's got the original jalousie windows, looks like. Some new flooring. Interesting. So Kalama is kind of next to Coconut Grove in Kailua, and it's a great little spot. They've got a little Kalama Beach. It's like Kalama Canoe Club or the Kalama Club over there, and they've got a nice little private beach area there. It's kind of on that far side of Kailua, kind of the other end of Kailua from Kailua Beach Park. It's a good location, but this is what 1.7 is going to get you in Kailua today. So 4-bedroom, 2-bath, got a decent yard, looks like a mango tree in the back there. Got a flag lot. So it is a CPR, probably was a CPR lot. So you see this red shaped like a flag. Oftentimes we'll see that on these larger lots, they'll actually CPR them. So they turn them into, it's a condominium regime. And basically what they'll do is they'll split that lot so that it's 2 smaller pieces. But there you can see probably the view from it. And that's it. Let's take a look at the map and see where this one is. Exactly. So there we go. Yeah. So right on Kalaheo Drive. And yeah, so you can see it's behind this one. So they've got a decent size. Actually, yeah, that looks like sometimes these things are offset a little bit. So that boat is probably on the neighbor's property. So you've got the driveway that comes back here, and then you've got the area right there. So that's the top of the stack today. All right, let's go to the middle and see what we're looking at. Let's see, should we go to Kalihi or should we go to Ocean Point? Let's go to Ocean Point. We'll check out Eva Beach and see what we've got here. Okay, so this is a 3-bedroom, 2.5-bath, brought to you by Desmond Kura of Better Homes and Gardens. Excuse me, Kristen and Desmond at Better Homes and Gardens. Congratulations, Kristen and Desmond. So this one's listed at $899. It's 1,300 square feet. It's on about a 3,800 square foot lot, so probably like a 0 lot line kind of scenario there. And let's take a peek. It's got some nice light feel to it. Dual fans, and it's got central AC. You can see right there, it's got the central AC. Some nice stairwell flooring there with some tile flooring in the downstairs area. Interesting subway tile in the kitchen there with some pine cabinetry from my stainless steel. And also it's got a great, looks like a farmer's sink there, or barn sink, whatever they call those. Breakfast nook or breakfast bar. That's a pretty cool little um, wall covering there on the right. You can see it's got a little bit of a yard out back. Some shiplap in the bathroom. They've done a nice job kind of, being on trend on some of their designs, which is nice. Colors are good, not too aggressive. You got that light blue, you got the light green in the kitchen. That's one of the things that you want to think about when you're selling a house is that you don't want to be too bold in some of your design choices. I mean, it can work. In a lot of cases, it can work, but sometimes it's a little better to kind of mute or soften those design choices that it may appeal to you and your personal situation, but whenever you're listing it or selling it, it's always good to sort of open up that aperture as much as you can in your design choices. I think this is a great example of somebody that's done a good job. This was listed at $899 in Eva Beach, 1,300 square feet. Got a little bit of a yard, a little bit of a lanai there. Some nice open space there. Again, it's on a 3,800 square foot lot, so you can see it doesn't have a big lot. I wouldn't consider this a zero lot line, but it's pretty close. You can see it's got a little bit of a front yard there. More than likely, that's covered by the homeowners association, if I had to guess. It's an ocean point, so I'm not 100% sure, but likely. Take a look at the map here to see where this one is. So yeah, one of the things I love about Eva Beach right now, it's really they've got this new out here, this marina, and well, it's not technically a marina, but it's called Kai or Waikai, and it's like the largest synthetic or man-made wave in the world. And there's you can search YouTube for it. I don't have any content on it specifically myself, but it's pretty cool. And they've got some restaurants and some bars in there, and it's really it's opened up that end of Eva Beach to where there's going to be a lot more, social and sunsets and dinners and that kind of thing a little farther in Eva Beach. So I'm kind of bullish on Eva Beach lately for that reason. They're finally making good on some of those promises, but you can see where it is. But that's $899. Not a bad entry into the market for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath in Eva Beach. All right, and then our last little guy that we're going to go with is we're going to go out to Makaha, the west side, 84755 Lahaina Street. This is out in Makaha. I was actually out there at a beach this weekend for 4th of July, which was awesome. This is brought to us by Kevin Lee at Century Realtor. Kevin, congratulations on your beautiful new listing. So actually, yeah, this one is 520, 3-bedroom, 1-bath. It's 880 square feet, so it's a little bit smaller, but it's got a nice size. Look at that, 7,500 square foot lot, twice the land as that last one that we looked at in Eva Beach. So this one's going to give you a lot more open space. Looks like it's post and pier. It's got a carport. Lots of room to grow. I mean, I could see this being an opportunity for expansion if you wanted to buy this property. I mean, look at all that land. Got a giant mango tree, looks like, on the side there. Carport on the side. Don't have much interior. Okay, there we go. Okay. All right. So looks like the kitchen hasn't been redone. Looks like it's got some dated flooring, single wall construction. Looks like everything's mostly original. So yeah, you can see the original countertops and whatnot there. So this one obviously needs a little bit of work. All right. The jalousie, original bathroom, probably, maybe a new vanity, but not a lot has been done in there, you can tell. But again, 550, 7,500 square foot lot. This one is really waiting for somebody to do some work on is really the way I see this one. Let's see how far you are from the beach. Okay, so you're going to be set back 2 or 3 blocks from the beach, close to the elementary school, I think, or that's the middle school, I think. Um, yeah, so great. But that's the bottom of the stack. So $550,000 is the low end of the market for the single family home. So guys, that is really going to be the end of my my content today. I wanted to just come on here. It's been a minute as well, for those of you that follow us. We like to do this every week. I normally do it every Thursday. Tomorrow I'm going to be on Hilo, so I wasn't able to do it. But I'm super excited about this new partnership and working with our friends here at Loan Depot and doing our podcast on a weekly basis. And we will continue to bring our team members in as well, so you don't have to just listen to me drone on as well. But at any rate, hey, thanks so much for checking it out. I want to remind you, don't forget, click the link below in our details to see hpahomes.com, where you can find thousands of homes that are listed for sale right here on Oahu. And let us know, or any of the team, if you're looking to buy or sell right here in Oahu. And again, we thank you so much. Take care. God bless. Aloha. And we will see you next week.